Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to create Roblox hair UGC in Blender, step by step, even if you're a beginner. We'll model the hair, optimize it for Roblox, export it properly, and test it on an avatar. By the end of this video, you'll have your own custom Roblox hair ready for UGC. Before we start, make sure you have Blender installed and Roblox Studio ready. Blender is completely free and it's the main software most Roblox UGC creators use. I'll leave a link to download Blender and Roblox in the description. So you will also want a Roblox avatar reference so the hair fits correctly, which you can find in our Discord, linked in description. With the reference model comes a pre-made base, suitable for making Roblox hair, so you don't have to worry about setting up. Import your hair reference if you're using any. I recommend keeping the reference mesh untouched during the entire project. For this hair, I plan to use two different references, this one for the bangs, and this one for the rest of the hair. These will be imported into Blender so I can see them a bit better. This is the starter base that we provide in our Discord to start making hair. It comes with the hair strand already placed for you, and there's 4 starter rigs. The blocky woman body, the blocky man body, the R15 woman body, and an armless woman body, so it's easier to see longer hairs. To start off making the hair, we're going to move the vertices to make the overall silhouette of the hair. We're not going to go too into detail, and I'm just going to look at the hair straight on or from the sides or from the back, no in between. I find that if I look at the hair in between different angles, I tend to focus more on the details of the hair rather than the silhouette of the hair. This Blender file also comes with the bounding boxes, so you can see the limits of where you can place your hair, just in case you make hair too long or maybe too tall. When making hair, I like to use proportional editing. It helps move the vertices a bit smoother. When making a hair like this, a hair that's pretty much symmetrical on both sides, I like to use the mirror modifier. This cuts down a lot of time. To change the overall width of the strand, we can adjust the circle in the object data. While it's not a circle anymore, it's a triangle. But by shrinking it along the y-axis, the strand itself becomes thinner along the y-axis as well. Now will be a time lapse of me making this hair. To make the hair look more detailed and professional, we need layered strands and variation. Realistic flow makes a huge difference. So for this, we're going to avoid making perfectly straight strands. And as you can see in my reference, the hair is quite windy, so that's perfect. To create flow and variation, the strands are going to have different twists, different turns, and different widths. In this stage of the hair making, once I placed all my extra strands on top, the base strands from earlier, I'll move them a bit closer together. I'll try to ensure there's little gaps and minimal overlap, just so the next part of this hair making will be easier. Once you've completed the previous steps, we're ready to move on to the next stage. In this stage, it's time to polish up our mesh. Before we do this, I like to duplicate the path in a different folder called Mesh, which will also be in the base Blender file. Next, I hide all of the extra strands on top, the bangs, and the back middle strand. So basically anything that doesn't have the mirror modifier, I hide it, and then I select the hairs that are mirrored, and I remove the mirror. A quick trick to get rid of the mirror quickly is to click on a strand that isn't mirrored, press Ctrl-L, and do copy modifiers. Then after, we can convert the paths to mesh and join them. And then from there, we merge all of the vertices that are close to each other in between, so there are no gaps or overlap. By simply pressing M and merge at center, you can achieve this. When we're done merging the vertices of the base, it's time to do the bangs. The bangs is the same principle, you just merge the vertices that are close to each other. We don't necessarily have to merge the extra strands we have on top. I like to join them all together so that they are all in one mesh. Optimization is extremely important for Roblox UGC. Too many polygons can cause upload problems or performance issues. We need to keep the polygon count reasonable, and the limit for hair is 4,000 triangles. So to keep the poly count low, we delete the vertices lying on a straight edge. Right now, the hair is at 4.5k triangles, but using this trick we can get it down to 4,000. Another trick to get rid of some sneaky polygons is to merge the vertices at a tip or at a point. This gets rid of 2 triangles. Now let's add textures and material so the hair actually looks polished. So we have to unwrap the hair. To unwrap the hair, it's quite easy. We actually don't have to unwrap anything. We just rotate the UV 90 degrees. I like to rotate it minus 90 degrees because I tend to see my UV being upside down. And now all you have to do is put on the hair texture. To add a hair texture, all we have to do is create a new material, and then in there will be something called the base color. We click the yellow circle beside the base color, and then add an image texture. So obviously, we have to create a new hair texture for this hair. But to cut you guys some time, there will be some free hair textures in my Discord. Join up. Link in description. I'll make a separate video on making a hair texture in different applications like Ibis Paint. To make the hair look smooth, we apply Shade Auto Smooth. But now, because of this, some parts of the hair may look too smooth. I want the middle of the hair to look a bit sharper. So everywhere where the edge is going downwards, I mark that sharp. I also turn up the angle of the shade auto smooth, just in case there's little curves that aren't exactly shaded smooth. Once you've applied your hair texture, your hair is pretty much finished. There's just some finishing touches that we need to add. Like, we have to check the face orientation. Everywhere where it's red or see-through, that means this section of the hair will not show up on Roblox. So to fix that, all you have to do is press Shift and N. If that doesn't work, you click on the drop down and press Inside. Recalculate normals inside. If certain parts of the hair are still red, you can click on that certain part and press Shift N, recalculate the normals. And if that still doesn't work, like you can see on my hair, there's little triangles of red popping out. That means the mesh is a bit thin over there, so the inside is popping out. So to fix that, you can move the vertices down or inwards to make the mesh a bit thicker in this area to avoid any clipping. Once we've done this, the hair is perfect for upload. So to export a hair from Blender, all we have to do is go to File, Export, Export OBJ, and then save the file name. Make sure when you're exporting the hair that you have the hair selected. And then when you're exporting, make sure to tick off this box. Export selection only. Now we're ready to import this into Roblox. To import the hair, I followed this tutorial and I use Kairos free models. I'll link it in the description so you can follow it as well. Or I could make my own video going more in depth, but that's for another video. When I tried on the hair, I noticed a few mistakes. The bangs were too close to the head, so my eyes were popping through the hair, and there were some strands that were phasing through the hair as well. So I went back to Blender, I fixed that up, I re-imported it, and then I tried it on again. And the hair looked great. And that's how you create a Roblox hair UGC in Blender, from start to finish. Subscribe for weekly Roblox UGC tutorials, and let me know what you would like to see next. Bye bye!